Hi guys, it's Sarah Jane. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a video about Avengers Infinity War. So I have been a big fan for a long time. And when Infinity War came out, I got really excited and started buying a lot of stuff. This one, and this one I got. So this is all of the Infinity Stones. So mine is the yellow one, that one's in Vision's head. Reality is red, it's with the Collector. Power was with the Nova Core. Space is the Tesseract, it's in the Tesseract. Time, is the green one, which is in the Eye of Agamotto, and the Soul Stone is orange, and we didn't really know where that went. That was kind of new. We hadn't heard about it yet. And going into the film, it was a big thing. So, the first step that we had to deal with was Heimdall. And that was really emotional because all the Asgardians were killed, except for one. And that one was Heimdall. Granted, Loki and Thor were still alive, and so was Hulk, but Heimdall was killed at the end of the scene, and it was a really emotional time for us MCU fans. Because he has been Thor's best friend. So, another one that was a big thing was Loki. I mean, Loki has always been the trickster. He's always been messing with Thor, and he's been messing with even his people. I mean, it's in the name. He's a trickster. He's a trickster. So, it sucked. That, I mean, it only made sense that when he moved to, when they killed Heimdall, he went to pledge loyalty to Thanos, after, of course, he defeated the Hulk, which scared him to the point where he ran away and jumped off the ship and landed in Doctor Strange's mansion on Bleecker Street. Which kind of makes sense because you have to start tying in characters pretty soon. There are so many, and it goes so fast that you have to know who is where, when, to make a sense of all this. So, he gave it one last shot to kill Thanos, with the dagger. Unfortunately, it didn't work, and he ended up dying in turn. At least that's what they say. I don't know anymore. Loki is one of those people who always dies and always comes back. I kind of think of him like a cockroach where he'll always keep coming back. But this time he was actually doing something good for a change. So maybe he can stick with that. And if he does come back, hopefully he'll come back as a hero. We'll see. So, the Guardians became a pretty big part of this film, since, you know, Gamora's the daughter of Thanos. And they brought in, of course, they always bring in the humor, to the film. So, when Peter and Gamora are having one of their first conversations as a couple, Drax is standing in the corner listening, and supposedly he's so quiet that you can't see him, and he's moving so slow that you can't see him, which there's a whole bunch of memes out for now. It was a very funny part of the film, to say the least. But I think that one of the funnier parts was when they found Thor on the windshield, and he opened his eye, and Rocket goes, "Wipe it off, wipe it off." Let me know in the comments below what the funniest part was to you, what the most humorous part was, and what the most emotional part is. Although I think we can all agree, the most emotional part was towards the end. But maybe I'm just biased over a certain character, who is my favorite. My favorite. That's the Spider-Verse, if you guys don't know. And if you haven't figured it out, my favorite Spider-Man. I love him so much. He's, Peter Parker is this quirky kid. Right now, he's a kid. He technically should be older. But I kind of like that they're making him the younger, more innocent one. But at the same time, he shouldn't be as innocent as they're making him in this film. He should be a lot stronger in this film, because he has always been a really... He's grown as a person. His last film, in Homecoming, he became his own hero, and he wasn't relying on Tony Stark for all of his tech and stuff. Which I'm glad of, because in the comics, Tony Stark's not a good guy. He's very egotistical, even in the MCU. And at the end of in the comics, he actually, during Civil War, he releases information on every single hero out there and their identity, which in turn reveals Peter Parker's identity, which in turn makes him lose some very important people in his life. If you don't know the stories, just look anywhere on Spider-Man history or Spider-Man background, and you should be able to find it. With that being said, I really liked that they brought out the Iron Spider suit. Typically Amadeus Cho wears it, but I mean, it's Peter Parker. He's absolutely amazing. I liked how they put it on him and the way they did it, to save his life while he's going on a spaceship. I like how they started that, and I like how his reaction was with the Iron Spider iconic symbol, which is the legs that he uses to hold himself into the spaceship when they do the whole aliens plan and knock out Ebony Maw, who is the creepy thin guy from the Dark Order, or Black Order, sorry. I think that it was a good time to bring out that suit. He needed it. War is happening, and it just needed it. It was the perfect time. The other suit that was brought out that Tony Stark has done, I'm not going to say it's not a bad thing. It was good. It was a good thing for him to do. Was the Hulkbuster suit. Now, since the Hulk got beaten up and became a coward, and throughout the film, as Banner's saying, "We're going to die, I need your help, buddy, come on, help me," there's finally this connection with Banner and the Hulk inside him, and he's finally being able to conquer that, and he's going, "Come on, bud, I need your help," and the Hulk's going, "No! What the heck, bud? Come on! Are you really that scared?" I mean, I get it. No amount of gamma radiation is going to defeat an Infinity Stone, much less 6 Infinity Stones. But the Hulk is the muscle. The Hulk should be getting in there. But he's scared because he's never been defeated, at least at this point in time. Fun fact, Rocket has actually defeated the Hulk. I'm sure Captain Marvel has too. Captain Marvel we will be seeing very soon, at least next year. So we still have to wait a year. But finally, Captain Marvel is coming to the MCU. A very strong woman who is going to help save the Avengers and hopefully work things out. Something that I'm predicting is going to happen. So at the end of the film, Thanos gets all the Infinity Stones. Everyone, I'm thinking almost everyone predicted that was going to happen. I was actually kind of shocked Vision lasted as long as he did. Don't shoot the messenger. But he had an Infinity Stone in his head. He had an Infinity Stone in his head. It was going to happen. And it really stunk because Scarlet Witch, Maximoff, whatever you want to call her, was in love with him. And granted, the Mind Stone technically gave her powers. But it still hurts when you see something that she loved so dearly in someone. Vision wasn't just another being. I mean, he was, but at the same time, he wasn't. He was a person to her. He was the love of her life, and she had to destroy him, only to watch Thanos bring him back, just to rip out the stone from his head over again. And that was a really emotional moment for me. Thor went to... Let me just make sure. Thor, Rocket, and Groot went to go make Stormbreaker. And Stormbreaker is actually the same name as Thor in the multiverse, which is the animal version of him. I wrote a blog. I have a blog. It's called Thoughts by Sarah Jane. I'll leave it in the description below if you want to read it. There's a picture in it showing what Thor looks like as Stormbreaker, if you want to know what that is. But they went to Nidavellir, and that's where they met Peter Dinklage as a dwarf. Surprise, surprise. But he's a large dwarf, so he looks really big. And he's the only one left of his kind. His hands are molded in iron because Thanos said that he's the only one. His hands are his. He still killed all of his people, 300 dwarves on that who were living on that planet. And it was an emotional moment. But Thor ended up getting Stormbreaker. He had to hold a sun open for 3 minutes, which is insane. He stood in front of the sun, and it shined on him and burned him for 3 minutes. And he's still alive. But unfortunately, when he went to attack Thanos, he didn't aim for the head. So, because he didn't aim for the head, a lot of people died. A lot of people disappeared. Some include Spider-Man, which is my favorite character, as we all know. And he actually said, "I don't want to go. I'm not feeling well, Mr. Stark. I don't want to go." I don't want to go is what David Tennant, as the 10th Doctor, said in Doctor Who. Another thing that I'm a big fan of. And Tom Holland actually confirmed that that's where he got it from. It was a very emotional moment. That phrase has haunted me since David Tennant left a Doctor Who series. But I'm hoping he comes back. Just saying. Doctor Strange disappeared as well, dissolved into nothing. Nick Fury at the end did, Agent Ross did, Black Panther, T'Challa did. That was a really hard one. Groot, Star-Lord, Maximoff, a lot of people disappear in this one. Drax, Mantis, and it's really hard. It's hard to watch all those characters go. What worries me the most, or what I don't understand the most, is a good chunk of the Avengers survived. And as far as the MCU is concerned, we don't believe there's going to be any more Avengers films. So why are they surviving? My theory for the next film is that they're all trapped in the Soul Stone. The Soul Stone can bring people back from the dead. And it can also take people from the living and trap them. So I'm thinking that the Soul Stone has trapped our favorite characters that we all know and love in the Soul Stone. And when Captain Marvel comes next year, in the second film, to save them all, she's going to defeat Thanos and get them out. However, with the Soul Stone, it can show you people who have passed. I think that Gamora is in the Soul Stone because she was sacrificed for the Soul Stone, for Thanos. So I think that Gamora is going to be coming back. I think Quill is going to be seeing her in the Soul Stone. It's going to be very emotional. But Quill can also see his mother. And Gamora could see her mother. And I think those are going to be some emotional moments. Drax can see his family, which is going to be a really emotional moment. Because if you don't know the story behind Drax, which you should if you've watched any of the Guardians of the Galaxy films, his whole family died in battle at the hands of Thanos. And it's been a really rough time. He had a little girl who he loved dearly. So that's going to be an issue. Groot will be able to see his family. T'Challa will probably be able to see his father. And the one that if this becomes reality, the one that is going to make me really emotional and is going to be really hard on me is watching Peter Parker meet Uncle Ben again and talk to Uncle Ben for a little bit. I really hope, guys, that this is what happens. But the way the MCU is going right now, I don't know if it will. The MCU is bringing in a whole bunch of new heroes, even some villains. Venom is coming out soon. Deadpool 2 is coming out, Cable along with it. They are coming out with a whole bunch of different things. Even Into the Spider-Verse is coming out soon with Miles Morales, which is exciting, but it's not even a live action type thing. It's more of a animated thing. But they do have confirmed a Spider-Man 2, Homecoming 2. So somehow they're going to get out of this. They have to. Most of the characters who are destined to have a second movie come out or a third movie come out just got trapped or just got dissolved. So I think that the people who have been dissolved are going to be stuck in the Soul Stone. And they're going to have to find a way out. Or somehow they're going to use the time stone to reverse it and get everyone back. That could be another theory. Whatever happens, they have to figure it out. So, I know this has been a little long of a video. This is something that I've really enjoyed talking about, and I've really enjoyed writing about. I really hope that this turns out for the better. If they leave these people to die, and if they leave these people out of the MCU, there's going to be a riot. There's going to be a serious riot. I don't even know if I'll be able to watch it again. I watched this film twice because I had some friends who didn't watch it prior, and I understood. Watching it again, it was hard. I didn't cry quite as much. I essentially sobbed the whole way through the first time. Like I said, I am a Marvel fan to my core. So this film, hopefully coming up, is going to be good. We do have Deadpool coming out tomorrow. I have tickets. I will be doing a review on that one. Hopefully it won't be as long and it won't be as scatterbrained. I apologize, guys. I've filmed this review numerous times because I don't have the editing software right now. I'm working on it, but I've recorded this 3 or 4 times and I didn't get to the end yet, so I'm going to use this one. And I hope you guys understand my logic behind what I was thinking. The beauty of the MCU is that it's not just one person who enjoys it. And you don't have to be into the comics to enjoy the MCU. You don't have to be into the comics to enjoy the cinematic universe of Marvel and the crazy things that it does. I would have liked Deadpool to be in it, but I understand why he's not. It would have become a bit awkward. Spider-Man, of course, was in this one. And he's only 15 or 16, so that would have been a problem. And I understand that. So hopefully we can move on from that and things can get better. The last thing I want to touch on ultimately is, in the comics, Thanos does this for for Death. Lady Death. He apparently falls in love with her and is trying to get her approval. I don't understand why, because she actually ends up marrying Deadpool. Surprise, surprise. Deadpool's one of those characters, and he can't die. He'll die briefly and then go back. So I guess in a way it's a good marriage because they can appreciate time together. But Thanos will never get her. But I understand people do crazy things for love. So Thanos did that for love. However, in the MCU, it has nothing to do with death. It has to do with, what, being a hero? Being someone who is doing it for the good of humanity to thin out the population and save them from themselves? You're going to kill your daughter to help humanity by creating mass genocide. Like that. I guess a lot of people nowadays see that as being a savior, but I feel Thanos really thinks he's doing the right thing. This film brought a little more emotion onto the Thanos side than what we thought was going to be there. But it really sucks. to see him think that this is right, and then to watch him murder a whole bunch of people and smile on a sunset because he got his way. Like, I guess only time will tell if we see what happens to him and what happens with that. And playing with that Gamora as a child vibe with him kind of made it real in some ways. Like, it touched on real emotions. The storyline may not be real, but it is real for a lot of people. So, it's been fun talking to you guys. I really enjoy it. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. A quick little message to my YouTube friends. I'm trying to do this on a regular basis. Like I said, tomorrow I'm watching Deadpool. Hopefully I'll be getting one up within the week. I'm trying to find some editing software for a PC or Windows. I was editing with Final Cut Pro X at the Northern Television Center in DeKalb, Illinois, last semester for my class. But now that the class is over, I do not have a Macintosh. So let me know in the comments below if you guys have any suggestions on editing software. Also, I am filming this on my tablet, but I am currently looking for a camera. So also let me know what cameras you guys use and what ones you suggest for me. I found a couple at Walmart that are HD, high quality for a decent price. I'm thinking about getting those. I know that there are better ones out there, but to start off, I don't know how much money I should be putting into it. Just let me know in the comments what you think. I'm thinking about doing a GoPro and a Nikon, but let me know. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Wakanda forever. With great power comes great responsibility. And I am Groot. Take care.